This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Very different opinions, seems, on Justin Trudeau bungee jumping over the weekend.
Yeah, on Sunday in Quebec, he was celebrating his son Xavier's birthday, and they decided to bungee jump from, if I'm not mistaken, the highest point to bungee jump off of in Canada.
Yeah, the highest drop.
The highest drop. There's video footage of it, and he actually swears in it, which I was like, ooh.
That's hardcore. Some other people are really upset about that as well.
Well, he's super nervous, and then he does it. And so, yeah, the internet is definitely divided. Half the people are saying, whoa, hardcore or badass.
Are they? I don't know if I saw it.
Yeah, I saw
you?
a couple replies.
Okay.
Yeah. But then the other half are not happy.
No, he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be taking days off and doing things with his family. How dare he?
Well, he's a politician. He shouldn't even remember he has kids. He should be focusing on us.
It's crazy to me, and this goes both ways for sure, no matter the politician. But they can't do anything normal with their lives. Like, you even look at back when, Barack Obama would go for a round of golf and get absolutely torn up. Or, Trump would golf on one of his own courses and he'd get absolutely torn up. Shouldn't you be at work? And now with Trudeau, the singing in
Listen, we
England.
understand. We completely get where people are coming from in the responses. For people being like, I'm struggling. You're our leader.
Right.
Do something. Because there are a lot of things that he's not doing.
Sure.
And it's super frustrating. But let's all look at this from a perspective of he's not our leader. He's
running a bank, something fairly important.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. But he goes bungee jumping with his kids to celebrate their birthday on a Sunday. Are you still mad?
You're not. I don't think you can be. The only person I could think of that I'd be disappointed in bungee jumping would be McDavid, because I'd be like, please don't hurt yourself before the season starts. So for that, he could potentially end up doing his job a lot more poorly because of the bungee jumping. Whereas I think taking a break when you're in a very hostile environment, like politicians are.
Probably mandatory for your mental health.
Yeah, you'd want to take some family breaks. You need them.
But do you think he's actually... Yes, he's with his kid. I bet he's responding to emails and phone calls the entire time.
Mid-drop. Yeah, he was seen bungee jumping in his suit.
No, he wasn't in a suit. He was actually wearing a lumberjack button-up.
Yeah.
But I understand why people are fired up. And listen, I don't like to hate people. But there are certain people that are getting on my nerves lately. And
God.
Every time they post, I hate it. It's terrible. I know. I need to talk to my therapist about it. Why do I care? I shouldn't. But if I still respected that person
would you
the way
hate
I
those
used
posts?
to, I don't think I'd hate them. I don't
Right.
think they'd bug me at all. So I totally get it. The guy is taking a Sunday to go bungee jumping with his kid, and people are pissed.
Yeah, I guess you try to remove yourself from the situation and say, would this bother me if I actually, was lukewarm on this guy? And it doesn't bother you, then maybe it's a you thing, right? That's what we have to recognize here, is if you were lukewarm on a person and they did something like this, and you're not mad about it, if you don't see the problem in it, then, yeah, it's probably your hatred that is driving these opinions which is not a healthy place to be.
Yeah, and it's probably really hard for people to look at it from both perspectives. I actually hate this guy so much. Oh, but he's paying attention to his son on his birthday. That's so nice. But their minds don't even go there.
No.
Because there's so many issues that haven't been resolved that are affecting people and their personal life. Or they can't go and do something as cool as that with their kid.
That's a very good point.
Yeah. So I see both sides, but it's pretty interesting to open Twitter today and see both perspectives from my algorithm.
Yep, hot takes all around. You had a pretty lame party over the weekend, I hear, while I was gone.
Okay, it wasn't lame. It just wasn't as good as everyone else's Hocus Pocus 2 viewing parties, apparently. I'm looking online. So many people gathered with several friends and had the most amazing snack game. Everyone was getting their brownies created to look like the book from Hocus Pocus
Okay.
with the eye,
Yeah.
the spell book. They'd have charcuterie boards that looked like the Sanderson sisters. So they had the 3 heads were made out of brie cheese. And then the different hair was made from different types of food. Rolled up salami.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable work.
Everybody's killing it out there for
couldn't
this
believe it.
cult classic.
And they had like different potions and they labeled them like pick your poison. And it was like just different kinds of alcoholic punch or red and white wine. But nobody told me. I didn't get the memo to go all out for the party.
Yeah, so what'd you have for your guests?
Honestly, I had nothing. I actually had to get them to bring stuff. Like my girlfriend Michaela had to like bring 3 cans of Diet Coke because I was like, I don't have any Diet Coke, and I love a good fountain pop watching a movie.
You invited people over to a viewing party and you made them bring you stuff that you wanted for treats.
I lit candles and got the vibe. I also washed all the throw blankets so they didn't smell like dog, and we made a fort. That was pretty fun.
Okay.
And one friend brought popcorn from the movie theater.
Yeah,
Listen.
Again, this is all just stuff other people did for your really lame party.
Because I didn't get the memo. If I would have known that people were going to brag online about their awesome viewing parties.
Yeah, then what would you have
There was no
made?
social media about mine because mine suck. But I am so impressed with how many people were so excited for this movie.
Hocus Pocus 2, yeah.
Hocus Pocus 2, and I did really enjoy it. I thought the word to describe it is cute.
Okay.
Which I wasn't expecting to say. I was hoping for it to be a bit spookier just because the first one is so iconic.
Right.
But it was cute.
Disney took it easy.
They took it easy.
They knew there'd be a lot of maybe moms that grew up with that show being a big deal, watching it with their little kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff like that.
They knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah. All in all, pretty good movie.
No, I loved it.
Terrible party.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
Play 107, Ryder and Lisa, and your chance at $1,000 coming up at 7:50 with Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay. I hope you're ready for the game everyone is talking about, or so I like to tell myself.
over the weekend, I saw some neighbors putting up their spooky Halloween decorations. People get so into it. And I saw this really funny perspective on Twitter. They were like, oh, you're just putting up your decorations now? You're preparing for spooky season? It's already begun. Like, you should have been doing this
really?
before. It's just people that take Halloween real seriously.
Yeah.
Which I respect. Like, I wish I could have that house where when people walk by, they're like, oh, we have to go there on Halloween.
I feel like putting up the decorations in that situation would be a fun time, and like maintaining them. Taking them down seems like it would be a real pain because it's all of a sudden November 1st, it's cold.
Yeah.
All the stuff that you put up that was like soft and warm when you hung it is frozen and gross.
Sweat. Covered in snow. Maybe we'll be lucky this year. Maybe it'll be a snow-free trick-or-treat
Yeah, that's
night,
true. The
which
weather's looking awesome.
I just think it's so funny how we put up these fake cobwebs when, like, we just dusted away the real ones.
Yeah. There's a mix of both. I'm putting new cobwebs on top of legit cobwebs.
The spiders are pissed. Either that or they're pumped. They're like, whoa,
Whoa, new playground.
this is great. I'll move in here for the month.
780-784-7107 if you've got a hack for Halloweening or when it comes to decorating.
I
Like,
can't afford Halloween decorations.
I know.
Have you seen the prices of things?
yeah.
How?
Well, yeah, and like you'll drop $100 and then you're like, oh, good, so I can just do my entrance.
Yeah, I could just have one like blow up skeleton.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Which some kid's going to walk by and stuff a cigarette into, and then it's done.
Have you caved and bought any Halloween candy yet either? I feel like I'm doing pretty good. It's October 4th. Haven't touched any.
Not a girl.
I haven't touched any mini chocolate bars yet. That's a record for
That's
me.
only because you have the dentist coming up this week,
Hey,
right?
shush.
It's Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay.
We are joined by Kendra getting through for the first time. Very excited to win some money. Just parked and about to go into work. Are you very excited about the potential to brag to all your coworkers about how much money you just won?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's get it done then. So first, you're going to choose a teammate. We'll send them out of the room. Then we're going to ask you 5 words. Give you 5 words. You tell us the first word that comes to mind for each. We'll invite your teammate back in. Ask them the same 5 words. And for everyone that matches, it's $25. If you get all 5, it's $1,000.
Who's your teammate, Kendra?
Perfect. I choose Ryder.
Okay. Risky choice. He's rusty. He's been gone all weekend. No, I'm just joking. You are sharp. And you know what? I love to brag about it. I feel like I always choose good words. Okay, let's do this, Kendra.
All right.
What comes to your mind when I say trunk?
Car.
Spice.
Seasoning.
Field.
Soccer.
Broken.
Heart.
The last word, Kendra, what comes to your mind when I say vanilla?
Ice cream.
Ooh, okay. I'm back in, Ryder.
Oh.
She did good. I love the confidence, too.
That was very quick.
She was quick. I know.
I'm so nervous.
Don't be nervous. It's out of your hands at this point, so deep breath, okay?
Exactly.
Trunk.
Car.
Correct. Field.
Baseball?
Oh.
Oh.
She said soccer.
Oh, that's a pitch. That's a pitch.
That I thought of that.
Damn.
That's okay. We got $25. Let's make it 50. Spice.
Rack?
Seasoning.
Okay.
Broken.
Mirror?
Heart. Okay. Kendra has $25. There's one more word.
Yeah, she needs at least 50 to brag to those coworkers.
You
we were
can't
talking
brag about $25. Vanilla.
Oh, I've got two options here. Ice cream?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to yell into the mic like that. I just got really excited for Kendra. Okay.
Extract was my other word that I was going to go with.
No.
I'm glad I went with ice cream. Nice.
All right, Kendra. So you're going into work with $50. Is that brag worthy?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll take it. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Kendra.
Thanks for playing. Next chance to play is tomorrow morning at 7:50.
Number one for three.
Play 107, it's Ryder and Lisa on the way. Did you ever have an irrational fear when you were a kid?
Yes.
You look back and you're like, why was I so scared of that? I remember the month of October used to creep me out.
Well, it's spooky season.
Like mid-September, I'd start to get stressed out when I was little. That like, oh, it's going to be October next month. But I loved Halloween. I was just scared of the month. Didn't make much sense.
Mine was porcelain dolls.
I thought you were going to say pork for some reason, like pork chops.
No. I just, there was a girl at a group sleepover when I was in elementary that told all of us when we were all in our sleeping bags late at night, the porcelain dolls come alive at night and they can kill you.
Okay.
So the next day, because my mom collected porcelain dolls, of course, classic like 90s mom.
Yeah.
And I put them all in the hallway, like in the front entrance. And my sister was like, why did you move all of mom's dolls? I was like, oh, wait till I tell you. And I told her and she was like, that's not true. I was like, yes, it is. And I believed it for quite some time. Like I was hearing things at night.
You never had any incidents with porcelain dolls, though?
No.
Okay, good. Thank goodness. Glad you're safe.
Casey texted in, I was scared of the things that grow out of potatoes when they start to go bad. It's true. Those things are creepy.
That's a really good answer.
They look like creepy hands.
Like the roots that come out. Yeah.
I also agree with that. I don't like to look at them. And it always scares you because you haven't looked at your potatoes in quite some time. Then you open your pantry, you look and you go, oh!
What happened to those?
What's happening here? Heidi wrote in saying, my mom came into the living room. I was crying while watching Sesame Street. She asked, why are you crying? I said I didn't want to grow up to be as hairy as Snuffleupagus. I was legitimately scared that I would be as hairy as him for some reason. Really? I feel like Snuffleupagus, what's more terrifying were those eyelashes.
On Snuffleupagus?
Yeah. Am I saying that character's name right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
So my biggest one was definitely dark basements. As a child, I, not only my own, but almost like anybody else's, grandmas, friends. But I also had this little trick to myself that made me feel safe. When I would go down into a dark basement before I could find the lights, I'd always cross my fingers. And I don't really know why, but it was just something that I said to myself that when you do that, you will be okay.
Wow. So it was
So
like your
I
own
crossed my
coping
fingers.
mechanism.
Yeah, I'd run to the lights and off I went.
It is interesting though. Like there was something about how it was kind of colder than the like temperature upstairs. It almost felt a little more damp in a lot of basements.
Definitely.
Sometimes you'd go down and like it would have mud walls or
Yeah.
like old wooden creaky stairs.
Well, and we all did the classic, like, run up the stairs with your hands and feet, like, as fast as you can, because you think someone's following
Yeah.
you, chasing you.
Exactly.
Talking irrational fears when you were little.
I used to be afraid, so deathly afraid of the toilet flushing. I don't know if I thought a monster was about to jump out of it, but I would quickly wash my hands, flush the toilet, and run as fast as I could, as far away from the bathroom in the house.
How long did this stretch last for?
Embarrassingly long. Probably till I was 11 or 12. I don't know, it's the sound or something. You just think something's going to come out of it, but holy crap, was I scared of that.
You refuse to flush toilets when you're at somebody else's house because you're afraid of backing it up.
Okay, that is not true.
So you just go and don't flush, right?
Although-
Didn't you tell me that?
No,
Oh,
but I will admit, I will put my pride aside
okay.
and say that I have the worst luck when it comes to toilets that don't flush.
At
Anywhere.
yes. Yeah.
Anywhere.
Okay.
When I go to flush it, it just doesn't work. I'm like, of course it's not going to work.
So
Why would it?
if you see Lisa at a public bathroom like at Rogers Place or
Don't
something,
go in
just
after me.
Just know that she clogged her.
I didn't call. I don't know what it is because it's not like it's a big. Anyway,
Okay.
Anna wrote into 780-784-7107 saying car washes were very scary to me. Being
good
trapped
answer.
in your car with the water coming towards you and those big cloth monsters that were wiping your windows. It was so scary. I was convinced they were actual monsters.
And pretty loud too.
So loud. Nova from Stony Plain is listening. We always appreciate when you contribute to our topics, Nova. You're the best. When I was really young, I wanted a cat. My grandma told me that cats steal the breath of little children. So not true. And to this day, I love my kitties. You know what? There were some choices that our grandparents and parents made where they were trying to stop us from doing things.
Right.
But why? But they don't understand the lifelong trauma that they are putting
Yeah.
into it. I get that you don't want us to do something.
Yeah, I saw a meme about
But,
this that
like-
said, you are now an adult when you realize that you talking on the boat didn't scare the fish away.
Yeah.
Your grandpa just wanted you to shut the hell up.
It's so true. Nikita wrote in saying, I lived in the middle of nowhere, Saskatchewan, and constantly thought about hitchhikers breaking into the house and murdering everyone.
Yeah?
I remember, what was that show that everyone watched in the 90s? Freaky Stories.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
I don't, but...
And it started with like a maggot and another bug that lived in a restaurant, and they would tell spooky stories. You don't remember Freaky Stories?
I feel like that rang a bell.
And it would always start with, it happened to a friend of mine. And it would go into like a cartoon of a scary story. Anyway, there was always this narrative that when you got into your car, there would be somebody in the back seat. I don't know if in the 90s people just didn't lock their vehicles. That wasn't a common thing.
Probably not.
And
yeah.
so it was just, a lot of the storylines had someone in the back seat of a car. And still to this day, I check the back seat of my car, even though I know it's locked.
Right.
I'll always look.
All you see in there is what? Food wrappers? And you're like,
Okay.
oh, thank God.
Just so you know, I get rid of those food wrappers every week when I fill my gas tank. Thank you
Okay.
very much. Jamie wrote in for the first time. Thank you so much for listening, Jamie. I had an irrational fear of pink ooze coming to get me out of the bathtub. You know, like in Ghostbusters 2. That movie scarred me for life. I had to turn on the light really quick, do my business, and run out as fast as I possibly could. See, that's awful. With kids, they're not telling their parents about these fears.
No. Well, sometimes they are.
Sometimes,
Like
yes.
my daughter was addicted to the fact that she was afraid of her shadow, and would demanded that I get it to move out of the house, which was a really tough thing to navigate as a parent.
Yeah, like, what are you, Peter Pan?
Yeah, I
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, so it would change the lighting.
Gary says clowns. They're just not funny. They wear way too much makeup. They just gross me out still to this day. Yeah, there's too many scary clown movies out there. For something that goes to children's birthdays, they shouldn't be that scary. This text here from Jamie Rose says, irrational fear from my childhood to this day. If I don't lock my car doors immediately getting in, someone will try to get in. My 8-year-old asks me why I do it, and I don't have the heart to tell her. I just say, it's a habit.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to pass this on to her.
Well, I don't know if it's that bad of a habit, though. Didn't you, at the gas station the other day, have somebody that tried to get in? And you were just lucky that you had locked your car?
Yes, that's actually true.
So, like,
I had to lock the doors.
It does happen.
It was that morning that I had a really bad allergic reaction, so I had to leave the show in like the 5 a.m. hour and just quickly go to the gas station down the street. And I had my head down because I was opening the reactant. Next thing I knew, I looked up and I locked it just in time. So it's true. That one's actually a great tip. Everyone should just be locking their doors
Why
as soon
not?
as they get in.
Why not?
I had this brilliant idea around Halloween to watch, when I was 8, to watch the movie Pet Sematary with that little boy that was hiding underneath the sofa. But every time I would go to bed, I would like jump into bed because I thought that little boy was like underneath my bed.
How far away from the bed were you diving?
Oh, pretty far.
It's risky.
Like, that was far more dangerous than anything under the bed.
Right? At that time you're younger, right? You can actually jump far. When you're older, you can't do that.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Nobody's
That
got
is-
the knees for that.
I used to do that too. I used to be scared of what was under the bed, and I did the same thing because you'd turn the lights off and then you'd have to dive.
Yeah, and then even in the middle of the night, if I had to go to the bathroom, I'm like, I'm not getting up. Nope, I'll just wait.
Dylan Holloway, not only hot on the ice, hot off the ice, and lit it up last night with 3 goals and an assist. He's looking like he's going to get thrown on that line with Draisaitl to start the season.
I like are you talking about the goalie?
No.
Oh.
No, talking about Dylan Holloway, he got a hat trick. If a goalie got a hat trick...
Sorry, I wasn't listening. As soon
Yeah,
as
I know
started
you
talking
weren't.
about sports, I stopped listening. But I do like that.
Yeah, we get it. You think Stuart Skinner's hot.
Okay, that's a bit of a stretch.
Isn't that what you were going to say?
I was going to say something less sexualizing. I was going to say, I think he's quite nice to look at.
CKPW Edmonton.
I came across a pretty good taco joke the other day I'd like to share with you.
Okay, this could be a good one to maybe say around the table tonight.
Yeah, you know I'm all for these tacky jokes too, right?
Do you mean these taco jokes?
There you go. A taco and burrito walk into a bar. The taco starts talking the bartender's ear off while the burrito stays silent and sips his drink. Finally, the bartender says, "Hey, why is he so quiet?" The taco replies, "Oh, sorry, I'm just a lot more open than he is." So there you go for Taco Tuesday tonight. You can share that one.
That is so good. I like it.
If you want it texted to you, shoot us a text and I'll send it to you just so you have it, so you don't screw it up.
Don't screw it up
Don't
because you
screw it
almost
up.
did there.
I know I did, yeah. I don't want to talk about it. It's Play 107. We are joined by Steve, the owner of Urban River Adventures. Not a lot of people take advantage of the North Saskatchewan River and all the amazing resources it has to offer. That's where you come in. How did you come up with this amazing idea?
COVID shut down my event business, and I had to get creative, and I knew of these islands in the North Saskatchewan River. So last year, we activated an island in the river, and that went really well. We had a very successful first season. And as we were doing that, a lady contacted me who owns 128 acres on the river as well. And it's a beautiful property with low levels, high levels, with views and creeks and ravines and beaver dams. And now we're building a 128-acre resort out there.
No
Whoa.
way.
What type of accommodations are there available out there?
So right now we have domes and we're working on cabins. We've added a sauna, a wood-fired sauna. We've got a wood-fired hot tub. We've got all sorts of hiking trails. And of course, we're still using the jet boat to take people out and do all sorts of activities. It's just such a nice, peaceful place. And you can have your fire and cook your food and enjoy your time with friends and family.
Awesome.
Tell us a little bit more about the VIP package you have to offer.
Yeah, VIP is great. VIP means you get the food included. And so Drift Food Truck, based out of Edmonton, we've collaborated with them, and they put together these great campfire meal kits where you get roast pork, roast beef, roast chicken, or vegetarian, and then it's all pre-cooked. You just put it on the fire in a cast iron pan and warm it to your liking, and it's the most amazing meals.
You can also just bring your own food, though, hey?
Absolutely. You can bring your own food. You bring whatever you really want. If you have games you like to play with your family, if you really love fishing, you can go out there fishing, bring your fishing rod, and, even if you don't, we can supply one.
What kind of glamping do you have out there? Because there's some people that just can't handle just a tent on the ground? Are there other options?
Yeah, none of our tents are on the ground. Everything is glamping. Everything is over and above what you would have if you were going out camping. We've got decks keeping you off the ground. We've got queen-size beds, king-size beds. We've got all sorts of nice furniture. We've got Kuma Outdoor sponsoring great furniture, great games, and lighting, and all sorts of fire pits and things like that. And so we keep it as simple as possible. You can really just show up with some good clothes, prepare for the weather, and you're ready to go.
When can people start booking for next year? Because I want to now.
Yeah, start booking now. We've got next year, the dates are opened up, and we've got lots of availability right now. And so, start booking now. Get your birthdays, your anniversaries, your weekends, your special dates, or group bookings in now.
Okay, where can people do this?
ura-yeg.ca.
Perfect. And can people follow you on social media at all, Steve?
Yeah, our social media, our Instagram is the main one, and it's at ura.yeg. That's correct.
I would just like to say as well, Urban River Adventures is such a terrific name for this company. I was telling Lisa this off air. Like,
love it.
It paints such a nice picture of what you guys are up to, and big ups for providing our city with,
more
something
fun stuff to do,
something unique. I often hear people say, like, there's nothing to do in Edmonton. Well, you just haven't looked hard enough.
Yeah, exactly. There's lots of fun, lots of adventure to be had around here, and we're happy to be providing it. We've had people from all over Alberta and all over Canada coming to enjoy this.
When do you open up?
We will be operating all year eventually, but this winter we're shutting down to do some work and improvements.
Yeah.
And then we'll be opening up in May of 2023.
Amazing.
The Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Play 107.